Well, Slasha, and how do you do, buckaroos? How the heck are you? Bear with me for just a second. I realized I forgot to do something here. There we go. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Anyways, I digress. Professionalism. Anyway, uh, keep trying to think. I've got everything. Oh yeah, I forgot to do that. Anyways, how the heck are I am I'm the whiskey whisperer for the purposes of this video. Anyway, I'm not really in this noir setting, in case you haven't figured that out. But again, I'm trying to create a mood here. I do a Hochatown Double, so I got two products from Hochatown Distilling from Hochatown, Oklahoma. The first one is their genuine American corn whiskey moonshine at 100 proof. Stuff is great. I've got it served as a martini. So I've got a little over 2 ounces, about 2.25 ounces. Oh man, it makes a beautiful dirty martini too. I got about 2.5 ounces of the whiskey, just a little bit of the olive juice to make it dirty, and a couple of feta stuffed olives and slancha. I thought we'd start there this evening. And then I've got this stuff is just amazing. This Hochatown Distilling single barrel straight bourbon whiskey at 120 proof. I've been drinking this mostly neat, although I have tried it in a couple cocktails, but today I'm doing something even different with it. I'm having it on the rocks, which I don't typically do, but I figured what the hell. It is 120 proof. It could probably take a little bit of water. It's really good stuff though, man. Uh Got Tuesday and Wednesday off this week, which should be my steady days off with my new work alignment. So you might see me more on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, less on the weekends. Oh, this stuff is good. Oh, mercy. It's a nice product. I found this back at the beginning of January. My wife and I just decided to take a drive to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then I found these products. Found a couple from Hochatown. I found one, the same old Moses. And what was the other one I found? Oh yeah, that's rye. Found this Woodworks Distilling rye preface series. This is again a cask rye at 115 proof. This stuff is insanely good. And I try to do that whenever I go anywhere, is find the local distilleries. Well, everybody else I know is trying to find the Buffalo Traces and the Blantons, and I'm not saying anything bad about those whiskeys. I've had them. Right? I have no need to have them again. I have no need to keep them in a so-called collection or on my bar. I have no need to do that. I try to buy as much small distillery stuff as humanly possible. These are the products I want to keep around. I just don't have that need. I don't understand that logic. Well, everybody else has this, so I need this product. And I've never had that chip in my brain that has a desire to be like everybody else. There is so many great small distillery products. I avoid all the big guys like the plague. It's very seldom that I buy them. I mean, if I look at my bar cart right now, I've got products from Tiaki Da, which is local to me. I've got those that I just showed you. I've got Holiday from Weston. Even the Irish that I have aren't the usual suspects. I've got two stacks, and I've got some products from Russell Spirits out of North Kansas City. Yeah, I mean, Lifted Spirits out of Kansas City. I don't need to have. I don't understand that shit. Well, everybody else has Buffalo Trace in their collection, so I need to have that. I just don't get it, man. Hey, Brett, how are you, man? Yeah, I mean, if that's a whiskey that means something to you, I don't necessarily have a problem with it. I'm just saying, for me, I try to stay as small as possible. It always makes me wonder why I hear so many craft beer guys talking about drinking small, buying local, but when they talk about whiskey, when they talk about wine, they have a different attitude altogether. And I try to buy local no matter what I'm buying, or as small as possible. Maybe if not local, as small. Because you're not likely to have as many wineries and distilleries as you are breweries local to you. So I kind of expand what I call local, right? So yeah, again, so I just try to buy as small as possible, and that works for me. I don't need those big guys. I've had them. I grew up with them. So when I on the rare occasion that I do travel, and it's usually not very far, I try to find whatever is local to that area. I didn't get to Hochatown specifically, but I got to Tulsa, which is where I found these products. This one here is their corn whiskey, gins and vodkas. Yeah, that's nice too. The funny thing about that, Brett, is it's only recently that I found an appreciation. Not quite at love for, but I found an appreciation for gin. And it started about 5 years ago when I found the barrel gin from Tomstown out in Kansas City. That was the first barrel gin that I had. So okay, now I get it. And since then, I've had other products from other small distilleries. So I'm finding an appreciation for gin that I didn't have before. But I will say I do prefer the barrel gins. I do like the aged gins, even though a lot of them don't spend a lot of time in a barrel. That little bit of time in the barrel really works for me because I love to taste that oak in there. Finish that up. I'm going to go right to the whiskey here. Yeah, I've been drinking this mostly neat, but I decided to put a couple ounces, well, actually close to about 2.5 ounces on the rocks here with you. I love that nose, man. This stuff is just good. Pick up the bottle here. Hochatown single barrel straight bourbon whiskey at 120 proof. Reading from the back of the bottle, the Hochatown Distilling Company was formed in the heart of southeast Oklahoma with a goal of producing the finest quality spirits. Yeah, I'm telling you, they are good. I had the hotel we were staying at had a different product from them that I couldn't find at the liquor stores. Boy, was it good. It was real good, man. So yeah, this stuff is just great. So on the nose, you're definitely going to get a fine amount of vanilla, especially now I've got this cold on the rocks. It's going to shift a little bit, right? You definitely find the oak and some spice on the nose. Oh man, that's delicious. Do what I want too much melt off in here? No, no. I wanted to get right to what I call the sweet spot, right where I've got that right amount of cold, that right amount of water melting up, where all the sugars come to the surface. And that's really when you want to drink it. And again, it is going to come off different than drinking it neat. That is, that's just the way it is. And it comes down to preference whether you prefer whiskey on the rocks or neat. Typically, I do prefer neat, I've been drinking this mostly to eat. I want to try a nice pour on the rocks. Brewdog Planet Pale Ale, nice. So I'm going to visit a Brewdog location in here in the States, actually, but later this year they've got to several this several breweries that have rooms above the brewery slash hotels, I guess, or Airbnbs or whatever you want to call it. So my wife and I are going to be staying in one of the rooms for 5 days. So I'm really excited about that. Staying in the Elvis room. Anyway, so I'm really excited about that. Enough water to take off the ice. See, that's I guess that's my thing is I don't usually need that water. I really love cask whiskey. I don't really have an issue with that, and I think it's just the way I was born, man. To be honest with you, because I've never had to have an acquired taste for whiskey from the first time I stole Dad's glass. So, but every once in a while, yeah, it just sounds good on the rocks. We do have a warm day here in the Ozarks, albeit a windy one. Yeah, I remember the first time I took a drink of Dad's whiskey, I didn't make a face. I've never had that issue. It just came natural to me, be it that good, bad, or indifferent. Same way with the beer. It's that mostly Irish and German ancestry in there. I just have an affinity for it, man. Any smoking a whiskey is a no go for me. Say, yeah, I see where you're coming from, but for me, yeah, I'm going to respectfully disagree. I love that smoke. It kind of depends, though. I'm not a big Scotch fan, in all honesty. I do prefer Irish whiskey to Scotch. However, I do love the emergence of the American single malt category, which takes it to a whole other level. But I do have a cocktail smoker where I've added smoke to my cocktail, which I really like. Yeah, but I get it. You know, I like a proper smooth, a bit like my vodka, really. Yeah, but I, I I think the definition of that changes from person to person. When you drink a good vodka, you don't want that burn, and I think that might be what you're alluding to. You drink a good bourbon, you don't want that burn as well. But I do want a lot of flavor. But I have known folks that will taste something and say that's too hot, where to me it doesn't taste hot, which means it doesn't taste like it has a lot of alcohol. I'm able to drink a lot of cask products, and to me it doesn't feel hot. But I also know folks that look at the proof and say it's hot before they've even taken a drink. A good quality product, I think you can drink it at any proof. And right now, when I talked earlier about the sweet spot, right now I'm at it where I feel those big brown sugar and molasses notes up front. I feel those honey notes in the finish. Maybe just a tinge of raw sugar as well. That right amount of vanilla running all the way through it. And then that big oak and spice in the finish, a combination of cinnamon, some allspice, might even get some ginger in there, depending on your affinity for spice notes. Biscuits. Biscuit. Yeah, flavor, not bird. Yeah, again, I think it's all about interpretation, right? Anyways, I digress. Wow, that is good. Mercy, mercy. Anyways, I am Tom the Whiskey Whisper, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor wisdom man. All around good guy, slunt ya.